Hey guys, welcome. I know this is twice in a row, yesterday and today, that I decided to do a spontaneous live here on YouTube. No big deal if you can make it live or if you can catch the replay. Do yourself a favor and put some comments in here so I know who's attending. But today is all about doing you. So we're going to wait a few minutes just to get started to see if anybody shows up. I know it was impromptu and that's okay. So do yourself a solid. Take a deep breath, have a sip, raise your shoulders up, breathe from the diaphragm, and release it. Guys, this is a starting point, right? So as we're getting started, feel free to say hello. Just chime in the comments. We'll be able to reply back. And if you have any questions along the way, I don't care if you're catching the recording. Yeah, you're seeing me fiddle. And there's a reason. Okay, so if you're seeing the recording, put replay, put your questions in. I would love to be able to support you with today's episode. We're not going to be all that long, short and sweet, maybe 15 minutes. It's 1:11 as I said that. Okay, so speaking of numerology, how many of you comment when you see repeating numbers, license plates, clocks, bank accounts? Any of you? I can't be the only one. I know there's lots. So when that happens, how do you respond? Do you tell the person you're with? Do you do a little happy dance? Do you make a wish? The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I saw 111 and really it's about doing you. This is the person I am. I like numerology. I tap into astrology. Human design, I am so curious about, and working with energies like your chakra energies is the foundation to a lot of the work I do when it comes to coaching people. But when you understand that, it's a layer effect to being the person who you genuinely are. So up until recently, I have not been so authentic with my partners in life and even with some of my friends in my life, even my parents, when it comes to things like numerology and astrology. I wouldn't be so excited, but lately I've been so authentic. I'm like, oh, 111, 999, this, that. And I'm super stoked about it because I am sharing a piece of me to them. I am letting them know, whoever they are, know that I am comfortable being authentic and real and vulnerable around them, regardless of their opinions of me, regardless. So, because I know I'm safe, I know I'm being authentic to myself, I know I am being true to me. And that talks about integrity, and that talks about what it's like to do you. So, ladies who are listening to this, and I'm going to lean into the ladies here, but there very well might be some men that are listening to this or catching the replay. The same applies to you. When you're getting ready, morning, afternoon, evening, it doesn't matter. And let's just say you're working from home or nobody's around. Do you? Do you? I'm going to put this in the comments, in the questions here. Do you? Oh, this is where I should be wearing my glasses. Do you? And hang on. Oh, okay, I have it right. So what I mean by that, by do you is do things that make you feel good. I love getting dressed for the day. Normally I'll do my live in the morning, or if I'm in and out of the house, my Facebook live. So I could be in fitness wear. I could not be dressed for the day. But I always like to get dressed for the day. And today is actually if you can believe it, it's a terracotta dress that goes to my knees, hugs me without being too tight. I feel like I am wrapped up in a robe all day. And because of that feeling and the winter white and my cute little navy booties, yeah, I'm taking some time to describe what I'm wearing, because what I'm wearing is helping me feel amazing. Doing my skin routine, doing my makeup, playing with my hair as I did, and I was curling it. Those are all of the things that I mean when I mean do me. I'm not getting ready. I'm not putting perfume on. I'm not putting on a dress for anybody else. The former me used to. So what does it look like to do you? What does it look like to step into that clarity and that confidence? Does it mean wearing things that make you feel good or that represent truly who you are. Doesn't mean talking about astrology, numerology, zodiacs, whatever that looks like, because it brings you a little bit of passion. When we are so comfortable doing ourselves and the things that make us happy, no matter how we weave them into our day or what that looks like, something happens. And little plug here, I am using my book, my quarterly planner with lots of love letters to myself. This is what I wrote down this morning as I did some of my reflections. And I was upstairs realizing I'd had a shower. I let my hair air dry, but I wanted to curl it. And when I was curling it, because I like the bounce. I like the fun. I like the bounce, and it fits who I am. So I'm leaning into something that makes me feel good. So anyways, back to this. I was just thinking about showing up for you all and talking about doing you. So what happens when you get grounded and you are comfortable being the person that you are? That means you're starting to find your way. That means you're no longer leaning into the opinions of others to direct you. You have found the tools and the techniques to tap into yourself and to be guided by your heart and not by your ego. That's huge. When that happens, you are starting to find your way. When that happens, your spark will speak for itself. So I created an affirmation out of this, and today's affirmation, and I'm going to show you again. Today's affirmation is this one right here. And it says, I am starting to find my way, and I let the spark speak for itself today. And that just inspired me to share with you what doing me looks like. It means working out first thing in the morning more often than not. It means taking my sweet old time and heating up my coffee maybe 6 times a day. Seriously. But that's okay. Having the fun to select that coffee cup and infusing my day with the moments and the things that matter are doing me. Journaling, writing out my oracle cards, kind of quasi planning my day. There's room for improvement there, 100%. But when I step into flow, I am being guided. It's not a push-pull system anymore. I am being guided. So when I take the time to do me, and I encourage this with my clients, and sometimes they just don't know where to start. They don't know where they're at right now, so they don't know what steps to take forward. And this is where I come in handy. I suggest to all of you that you pop into my link tree and do my wellness quiz. I have a couple of sample giveaways with the wellness quiz. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but if you inquire once we hop on that call and go over your information, I will then share with you what it is. So the wellness quiz is going to let me know which one of your chakras is out of balance the most. And from there, I have 3 different solutions that you can start to implement and see the growth and the changes that happen along the way. And that's going to step into you becoming more comfortable and clear with who you are and the things that truly bring you joy. One of the questions I've had thrown at me lately as a coach is list 5 things that bring you joy. And this is one of my mindset coaching programs that I've signed up for. So it's a commitment that I've made, and it needs to go on my calendar. I realize that doing administration work is something that doesn't normally fit into my do you category. So I need to trick myself a little bit. I finally came up with 5 categories of things that bring me joy. And within those categories, there are subcategories and different activities I like to do. But I walked away from this activity for 2 weeks until I found the answers. But now that the answers are starting to come to me, that brings in a whole different level of clarity. See, when we're talking about our chakras, we start with the root chakra at the bottom. I start with the root chakra and work my way up. Because when you have a strong foundation, you can bend and you're flexible, but you always have that core to come back to. So if your root chakra is shaken up, if it's not feeling the security and the stability, the connection with the community, you need to work on that first. But the very next level to that is your sacral. And your sacral is your confidence, is your personal power. Actually, it's not. It's not. That a lot of that is your solar plexus, and I normally get them reversed. But here's what your sacral is. Let me share that with you. It's creativity. It's leaning into creativity. And when you lean into creativity, these things that bring you joy, those 5 things, if you spend more time doing those things, opportunities in life will come to you. You will be attracting because you're going to be in more joy than what you're used to, and you're going to increase your vibration based on the law of vibrations, the law of attraction, the energy scale. And you can Google that. It's amazing. The scale sometimes goes like a rainbow, and sometimes it goes up and down, and it talks about energies and emotions and where you're at right now. And where you're at right now, you can only move to that next level. And the best way to move, if your chakras are blocked, especially in your sacral area, the best way to move from that position or to start to move to the next vibration to get closer and closer to your solar plexus or wherever else might be blocked is creativity. So creativity could be dressing up. It could be doing your makeup. It could be listening to music or affirmations or journaling. It could be dancing. It could be singing at your school or church choir. It could be anything that brings you joy. It could be baking. It could be cooking. It could be playing dress up, like I said. It could be playing with your hair. I like playing with my hair. I like putting my makeup on, and I love clothes, and I'm starting to admit that this is just a part of who I am. There's no right wrong here. The right wrong is other people's opinions that they're trying to put on me. But if it brings me joy, unlike administration work, if this brings me joy, why wouldn't I do it? So we've talked on a few things today, what it looks like to do you, what it feels like to do you, being fulfilled with energy that serves you where you're at right now. Pop over to my link tree, do my wellness quiz, add to the comments what it is that you are doing right now for yourself. Do you have weekly baths with bubbles and a glass of wine? Do you go meet up with your girlfriends or guy friends or go for car rides? Do you have a date night with your partner that brings you joy? That should go on your list. And sit with this. See what happens. What are some of the things that you like to do you? I have a candle on. Let's see if I can bring it here. Oops. I have a candle on every time I work. I also use essential oils every time I work. It's part of a ritual. My candle has to be in a clear container so I can see the flame. I didn't realize that this was such a way that I like to do me. I also read my oracle cards every day. I also journal. I listen to music. I get my movement in. I find ways of doing things that bring me joy, but I infuse them into my day. Let's go over some more of my reflections before I chime off today, because I promised you about 15 minutes. When was the last time you asked yourself this question? So this comes with doing you as well. When was the last time you've said this to yourself? What is the best that can happen? What is the best that can happen if you're sitting in more joy, more creativity? I know it's going to happen. You're going to attract more of the same because your vibration, you always attract where you're at right now. So if you're going to be attracting more joy into your life, are you ready for that? Are you ready for that level of excitement? Earning your shower, earning your sleep. And that's going to happen when you start to speak and make comments and communicate with clarity, with gentleness, with intention and integrity. So keeping those promises to yourself. That's all about doing you. And you're in a position in your life where you are super important, no matter what stage you're at. I am specifically speaking to the moms and dads and entrepreneurs. And the list goes on. I'm speechless because there's so many of you that are sitting in that place right now of not knowing who you are. And let me support you on that. It is super important. I wrote this down too. It is super, super, super important for you to keep your promises to yourself and realize what doesn't serve you needs to be released. And in order to do that, you are going to be whole and complete, which creates the space for more creativity in whichever way appeals to you. All right, my friends, I'm sending you so much love today. Thank you for showing up with me, whether you're catching live or the replay. I would love to hear from you. The link to my link tree is right here in the show notes, kind of. And this piece never worked for me all day, but that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't even take me long to play dress up. You know that? But I'm stepping into the future version of me. I can go from shower to dress in half an hour. I like how I feel. It's not a rush. It's not a game. I indulge in it 100%. Okay, I want to hear from you. Sending you so much love, guys. We will talk soon. Have some magic today.